This is a PSA about how easily you could fall into an argument that's completely irrelevant to the context of what's being said. Also, the benefit of staying on topic. Let's get into it. So it starts off with this comment from Vito here about the patriarchy under the video by Decolonizing Love. And before we get into this comment and all the comments that responded to it, because there's a lot, I want to talk about what the video was actually about and the caption for it, because if you look at the caption, you can stop and read it. There's nothing about the patriarchy that's even being said here. Also, he's responding to the video itself and not another comment, so this is just irrelevant to the topic at hand, therefore making everything related to that comment irrelevant. What isn't irrelevant is this word right here, which is monopoly. Or monopoly. The reason it's not irrelevant is because of this post right here that basically says that if you're not okay with your partner dating someone else, then non-monogamy isn't for you. I responded, unless you're into cuckery, let's not kink shame now. But then I go on to explain that, you shouldn't go into something that you aren't comfortable with. Then somebody says, unless monopoly dynamic works for you. Then I said cuckery, only I guess not in kink form. And then I realized that that's kind of offensive after seeing this post right here, and I pretty much did what this post is saying that I did. I tried to go through the post to go back and, edit it and explain myself, but I realized it was gone. And then I realized after someone liked the post that it was actually on someone else's account right here. I decided to keep it on there because they pinned the comment, and I didn't want to take away the pinned comment. But we could look up monopoly, and I got monopoly, which this is irrelevant. Then I looked up monopoly relationship, and I got an AI overview, which is someone who's monogamous and someone who's polyamorous in a relationship together. And the caption of the video says that they want to make this kind of relationship more normalized, which explains on why I thought this was a troll. And that's probably why it needs to be normalized, because you got me saying things like that, which could come off as offensive. However, me saying this offensive thing that just isn't true is actually relevant to what's being said. Not only that, but it's constructive and educational, as opposed to this, which is completely irrelevant. And the fact that it's completely irrelevant means that these people aren't going to learn from one another. It doesn't really matter how harmful it is when it's irrelevant to begin with. Entertaining the irrelevancy is just as irrelevant. And it just gets to the point where people are just getting mad. You got Vito calling people in the comment section, and no one's really hearing each other out. You can see they're just falling to the rabbit hole of irrelevancy. The conversation's not really going anywhere. Everyone's just talking over each other, not really hearing each other, just saying the things that they want to say. And that's great, and people have really good points, but nobody's listening, and I feel like I'm the only one who learned anything from this post. Now, I don't know if that account has videos about the patriarchy. It probably does, but this video wasn't about it. Like, it's really annoying to have people do that. Like, I have a lot of videos about gun rights and stuff, and it's really annoying when I have a video about recycling or something, and somebody wants to mention how they disagree with my opinion on guns when the video has nothing to do with that. Like, even if Vito had a point, it didn't matter because the whole thing was irrelevant. Everyone responding to Vito made it more of an argument. It was just a yelling fest. People were calling each other names. Now, this isn't an attack towards you, Vito, and before you go on and go to my comment section and call me a I want to ask you one thing. This you? With the little dog? This is the Vito that I like. If only this is how you were all the time. Not worried about the patriarchy. Not worried about anything. Just doing what you enjoy. That's why I like this. Because you're doing what you enjoy. The world would be a much better place if we all just had a basic understanding for one another and do what we enjoy. Anyway, thanks for watching.